Howdy guys, hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today I am showing you this wonderful little piece of kit which is by Hotone. This is called the JOGG. It is actually an audio interface. Yep, this tiny little thing is an audio interface. It's awesome. I love it. I was able to take my iPad and the camera connection kit which goes into my iPad and record into my iPad with this. I had originally kind of planned to do this in a hotel room a couple of weeks ago, and I'd actually got all set up. I was just about to start recording and stuff. Then I was like, where's my guitar cable? Yeah, forgot it. And I didn't have time to go get one, so ended up I did it at home in the studio. Now this doesn't just connect up into the iPad, it does work with your computer, your Mac, PC, whatever you're running. It also runs off bus power if you're plugged into, let's say, a Mac like I have in the studio, which is just awesome. Look at the size of it, it's tiny. Does 44148 kilohertz as well, and it sounds fantastic. Really simple layout. Literally just got a gain knob here and an output. Now the gain obviously just gives you as much gain as you need when you're putting the input signal into there. Now this is designed specifically for guitar. The instructions do say that it's a high Z input which actually goes into the pedal. So obviously, you know, Hotone basically make guitar products, so it makes sense. I haven't tried it with a microphone actually. That's a good question. Yeah, I might plug in a microphone and see what happens.
Alrighty, so I've got a dynamic mic which I have plugged into the JOGG down there via an XLR to 1/4" cable, and I'm recording into Logic. And as you can see, doesn't seem to be a lot of gain. I have the gain maxed out on the JOGG down there. So in answer to that question, does it work with a microphone? Yes, it does, but there isn't enough gain in order to get a really good signal, in my opinion anyway. You can kind of use it, but you know, it's not the perfect thing for a microphone. Put your guitar into there, it sounds awesome with guitar.
Now this is an awesome little unit because not just does it have a high Z input, but it also has a stereo output, so you have a left and right output. Now the left and right output are on the opposite sides of the pedal itself. I actually wish that both of them were on the same side, so you could kind of just take two cables out the same side and stuff. Just makes it a little bit neater and stuff. But for the purposes of the video that you just saw, the playthrough, rather than doing it that way, what I did was I used the headphone jack. Yeah, it has a headphone jack as well, which is just awesome, which means that you can actually plug into this, plug into iPad, put some headphones into it, and be listening to it in stereo with your favorite amp sims, whether it's Amplitude, which I was running on my iPad, or Bias Effects, or whatever. And Hotone actually have their own V-Stomp software as well, which is pretty cool. And within the package you actually get a code which you can redeem on the Hotone website and get the software for free. Bonus, yeah. Alrighty, so what else does it have? Well, on the other side it has a ground lift, and it also has a mono XLR out which you can take out to either your audio interface or a mixing desk or something like that, and it's a balanced out as well, which is just fantastic. On the back you have a little mini USB port which you can plug into your iPad or your computer. This is what runs it on bus power if you're running it from a PC or a Mac. Also on the back is the power supply. You need to plug it into the power supply if you're running it with something like the iPad. It does need that 9-volt power when you're running it that way, but if you're running through your Mac, then hey, you can use the bus power if you want. Like I said, it also has the headphone out, which is very handy because I was able to take a Y cable and use the headphones out into my little mixing desk, which is on my desk somewhere back there, and then basically have the sound coming out of my speakers, my studio speakers there, which was awesome. Also has an auxiliary in, so you can actually put sound into there as well. So let's say from let's say I wanted to use my iPhone for a backing track and then record something on my iPad. Hey, that's a really good idea. I didn't even think of that. I could actually stream a track into here and then record it onto the iPad. Anyway, lots of possibilities, I guess. Just a cool little pedal. Also has a little switch on it. Now the switch, all it does is it either bypasses the audio interface or activates it. That's all it does. But it has a lovely green ring which lights up when you are using it. Super cool little unit. This is so handy. I love the form factor because it's like a mini pedal. And for us guitar players, that's important, right? It looks like a pedal, it feels like a pedal. We understand it because it is a pedal. Fantastic little unit. There's probably a million uses which I haven't thought of already for using this. Really neat little unit. You know, I can actually see myself using something like my Red Stuff 1987 Fat Amp, feeding one of the outputs into the input of this and actually, you know, putting it straight into my iPad or my Mac or something like that, or a MacBook, while I'm actually playing live and record the live show via that, you know, just my guitar, which is just fantastic. Really handy. As usual with Hotone, housed in this beautiful metal casing. It's really tactile, feels really great. Would I change anything about it? The gain knob is a little bit sensitive when you get to 0, and then you kind of click it on and then it all just seems to go Rrr. Yeah, literally Rrr. So maybe the curve of that could be a little bit smoother coming into the gain. And like I said, just the outputs, it would be, you know, really handy to have them both on the same side, but you know, it's a tiny little pedal, so it's understandable that they have to kind of design it so that it's on the other side. They retail at around $119 and you can find them all over the internet and stuff. I couldn't find them in Europe, so maybe there are some stores which stock them as well, but definitely from the US you can find them for about $119 odd. Very cool little product. Check it out on the Hotone website and check out the spec and stuff. And I am going to give you that track again, which was so much fun to record. What do you think of my new guitar, by the way? My iconic guitar, my Evo S, which is just awesome. Had it custom built for myself. Anyways, I shall show you that another time. In the meantime, check this little guy out. Very cool. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider subscribing to the channel and giving the video a thumbs up as well. Have a fabulous day, and I shall see you soon with another video. See you later. Bye.